Hey everyone, it is Ant, and welcome back to Ask Me Why I Live in China. Now, in the last video I mentioned I was going to explain to you why I chose the names for myself that I did. My name is Anthony. However, most people these days know me by Ant. The reason for that is very simple. I have been teaching kids in China for 12 years. I taught kids from kindergarten through middle school, through university, all the way up to training centers and private companies, full-on adults. And every single one of them had a very difficult time remembering Anthony, let alone pronouncing it. I'd get Anthony, Anthony, all sorts of crazy things. And they knew they were pronouncing it wrong, and therefore they'd be a little bit shy and wouldn't use it. So I thought, you know what, let's make it a little bit easier and more memorable. So I shortened it to Ant. Now, I did this for two reasons. Not only is Ant short, it's only 3 characters, it's easy to say. There's only one syllable, Ant, right? There's no fancy word letters, there's no E-I-O's, nothing, just Ant. On top of that, I would show kids a picture of an ant, thus improving their vocabulary. And they would laugh and say, ants are so small. And I'd say, yes, but ants are so strong. They had to agree. So they had the connection there. It was easy to say, it was funny, it was memorable, so I became Teacher Ant to all my students of every age. Like I said, from kindergarten right through to adults. It worked, it was an effective teaching tool, and it got the kids communicating with me faster than if I tried to force them to say my full name. Now, I also have a Chinese name. Chinese names are fun because you can pick whatever you want. Now, when I first came, my wife, girlfriend at the time, picked the name Andong-ni, simply because it was phonetically similar to Anthony. Andong-ni, Anthony. That's a very common way for foreigners to get their Chinese names. For example, most dudes named David will be called Da Wei because it sounds similar. However, there's not really any meaning in the name, and that's what I wanted. So when I went to university to improve my spoken, written, and reading Chinese, I asked my professor if she could help. And she said, well, let's take a look at this. Your family name is White. So why don't we keep your family name as White in Chinese, which is Bai. So I became Mr. Bai, Bai Shensheng, which is cool enough in itself. And she said, but for the rest of your name, what do you want to say? What message do you want in your name? And I said, well, I love China. I love the Eastern culture. And so she suggested Bai I Dong. I Dong means loves East. Now, if you just say White loves East by itself, it could come off kind of strange. However, in my circumstance, because I have a Chinese wife, I've lived in China for a very long time, and I have a deep-rooted understanding and love of Chinese culture, it just made sense. To the point when on this latest trip through the Chinese customs, I was talking to the agent by myself. The wife and daughter, they were long gone. They were not translating for dad. And he asked me if I had a Chinese name, and I said yes. And he said, what is it? And I said, Bai Ai Dong. And he laughed and said, that's a cool name. And that started a conversation between the two of us. And it went from being a very stiff kind of, yes, I'm here in your country. I'm going to be staying for a long time, to, oh, you understand what's going on. Stamp, stamp, away you go. He was smiling. We had some fun. And that's what I wanted in a Chinese name. So, long story short, my name is Anthony, but everybody here knows me as Ant. For those that want to know my Chinese name, I am Bai Shensheng, Mr. Bai, or you can call me Ai Dong. That's my first name here. Though many people here, now that I'm in my 50s, and I am an older guy, they call me Lao Bai. Lao Bai means old white, but it's not in a bad way. Here, age is to be respected, and the older you are, the more respectable you are. And if someone is kind enough to refer to you as Lao, meaning old, that is not an insult in any way, shape, or form. It is, in fact, completely the opposite. It is 100% a sign of respect and affection, and I appreciate it. So tell you what, everybody, you can call me Ant, you can call me Anthony, you can call me Lao Bai, you can call me Bai Ai Dong, just don't call me late for dinner. Now, to the nitty gritty. This is a brand new channel, and I would really, truly appreciate it if you would do me a favor and hit that subscribe button below. Throw me a thumbs up, because that's going to do is help the YouTube algorithm to find my videos and share them with more and more people. As more and more people join the channel and join the discussion, we're going to get more interesting questions, and I'm going to be able to think of and share more interesting ideas with all of you. So let's leave it off at that. Thank you so much again, everybody. Zai Jen.